All right, everybody, we're back with another episode of the Hidden Threads podcast. There's my man, Juice. Let's hear it for Juice.
Woo! Thank you.
Juice is back. So anyway, we had a little layoff here, Juice.
We did.
A little bit, not bad. So
No.
I had some things come up Monday I had to handle at the VA.
Yeah, the VA.
Yeah. So I had a lot of news yesterday. Do you want to talk about some of it?
Sure.
I'll start out this way. So if somebody's standing in front of your car and you try to run over them, your car is a deadly weapon.
Correct.
Deadly force is authorized to protect your life or the life of others.
Correct.
And somebody running over you is deadly force.
Correct. And that's with the use of force matrix.
Yep. Everybody's complaining. I see the left talking about, well, she was trying to get out of the way, off the 6-second clip we got. There's a lot went on before, and she had some issues way before.
She was the ringleader, the main agitator, protester, leading all this that was going on up there.
Right.
Now, everybody's complaining, oh, she was 37. She was so young. She was a mother. What were you doing out there then?
Right. Why weren't you working?
Where is your responsibilities to your child?
Shouldn't you be making money for your kids? Taking care of your kids? I don't know.
Well, normally you would.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a lefty, I guess your children take a back seat.
Right. Iraq and Afghanistan, it got to the point where they were trying to ram us all the time that we actually would shoot a warning shot.
Yeah.
Because they were far off, But they kept coming, man. We went to the windshield. And
sometimes you got to stitch them.
The Brits call it the windscreen. You ever work with the Brits?
I am British.
You're not. You're Americano.
No. Dad came from Swindon, England.
But you were born in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But
I'm a Yankee that moved south and stayed.
You're redneck like me. So,
yeah.
All right. So, so don't try to run over people. I don't care if it's a federal agent or just a dude standing around.
Yeah.
Don't try to run them over.
Don't cry. Everybody's crying about this. She brought it on herself.
Right. So do you remember the Ashley Babbitt, the Air Force girl that went into the Capitol?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They shot and killed her.
Let's describe this setting. So, there was stuff going on that day. I get it.
Of course.
All right. But there was a broken window or broken door, glass door, whatever. And she came walking through.
Yes, she did.
She didn't have a weapon.
Nope.
She was just kind of walking in.
Yep.
Cop shot her dead right there.
Yep.
All right. Let's reverse.
And there was no active aggression on her part.
I heard there was no warning either. Like, he didn't say stop or nothing like that. Or I'm a police officer.
According to what's reported, nothing.
Now, Biden gave the guy an award.
Of course he did. It's Biden.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's reverse it. So let's say I'm a cop or to say security guard, armed security guard at Walmart.
Right.
We're on lockdown. Somebody busts a door out.
Okay.
Black lady comes through that door unarmed, and I blast her.
Oh, yeah, you're toast. You're going to prison.
As you mentioned earlier, I'd be with Derek Chauvin playing spades.
You would. Trading honey buns and Cokes. And
we'd probably be on lockdown somewhere,
Yeah, it'd probably be better that way.
But yeah, Chauvin, that's a whole other story we've talked about other times. But
the problem is the media and the lefties spin these things instead of people looking at it and doing their research, their due diligence, and looking at it for themselves. It's like the blind leading the blind. They just listen to whatever the media puts out or these lefties, and they go with it and they believe it instead of seeing exactly what happened for themselves.
And then you get Tim Walz and then the mayor of Minnesota, that guy with good hair. I forget his name.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is. But anyways, they come out and they put fuel on the fire.
Yeah, of course they do.
They can't say, hey, let's see what happened first before we start running our mouth.
No.
And another episode, we're going to have a whole segment on starting out with Tim Walz and my hatred of that man. So
I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody. Sort of.
He's a stolen valor guy, right?
Oh, he's not the only one. Those people I loathe.
Yeah, well, you're going to loathe him after we get into it a little more. So,
yeah.
All right. So, don't run over people. Don't try to run over people. If you try to run over me and I have a pistol, I'm going to shoot you.
Yes, you're not going to be happy with the results.
No. Now, if I don't have a pistol, I guess I'll just DRT.
Well, it happens.
Die right there, right?
It happens.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't have a pistol, Juice.
What?
Yeah, I don't have one right now.
I don't have one right now only because I was coming down. Well, I have it in the truck.
Are we safe in here?
I'm pretty sure.
I got a shotgun.
We're good. So, the magic shotgun.
Got a tactical shotgun back there.
Nice.
I would bring it out and show it off, but TikTok and YouTube get mad about it.
Yeah,
so.
lefties.
Right.
They'll be upset.
Talking about killing. The killer dentist we're going to talk about this morning.
Oh, yes.
What do you think about this guy?
Yes.
So I'd never heard of this guy. And this is kind of recent stuff. I'm going to say like yesterday, but I'm talking the late 90s kind of thing. He died in the late 90s.
Right.
But he was a dentist, Glennon Edward Engleman. American dentist and contract killer and serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I guess
big titles.
I guess he had a lot of college debt to pay off since he went to medical
apparently.
school. But anyways, this guy. All right. This is the article I'm reading. Engleman, a United States Army veteran and St. Louis dentist, planned and carried out at least 5 murders for monetary gain over the course of 30 years. This guy needed some cash.
Well, coffee prices.
Yeah, coffee, inflation, all that.
Yeah.
He was already serving 2 life sentences in a Missouri state prison when he pleaded guilty to the murder of a man and his wealthy parents in a separate contract killing that occurred in Illinois. Engleman was a sociopath, one stating that his talent was to kill without remorse, and he enjoyed planning and carrying out killing and disposing of the remains in order that it would net him financial rewards.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Fine gentleman.
His first known killing occurred in collaboration with his ex-wife. His ex-wife, Ruth, married another man, raised his life insurance, and then Engleman killed him, both sharing the benefits. Later, he would repeat these tactics for other murders. This guy, man. All right. Born Glennon Edward Engleman, February 6, 1927 in St. Louis. Died March 3rd, 1999, age 72, in the Jefferson City Correctional Center in Missouri. Education. Doctor of Dental Sciences, Washington University School of Dental Medicine, 1954. Seems like a normal guy coming up, right?
They all seem normal.
Because you can't be an idiot and get into dental school. It's pretty competitive.
Correct.
It's more. They say that's more competitive than getting into medical school because there's less seats, I guess you would say.
Right.
Does that make sense? But you got to be pretty sharp to get in there.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't just walk in and say, I want to go to dental school today. They're going to test you and look at your grades and all those things, right?
Right.
Okay. He had an accomplice we'll talk about in a little bit. His weapons used was a rifle, sledgehammer, and explosives. This is like the mobsters up in your neck of the woods.
Yes.
He could have got hired by the mafia and probably lived long, and they would have covered for him a little better.
Probably.
All right. Engleman would use his financial worth, sex charm to manipulate women he was close to, ex-wives, lovers, and his dental assistant, in helping them formulate and execute elaborate murder schemes. This led to one of his lovers, Barbara Boyle, being convicted as an accomplice and serving just under half of a 50-year sentence. It sounds like she's the one that ratted him out.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wasn't there one that got away?
I think so.
She got away with it?
As we go through here, I'll remind
charged or something.
So, another accomplice, Robert Handy, was also convicted and served time in prison.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. This was a subject of Susan Crane Backo's 1988 book, Appointment for Murder. I'm going to have to get that and read it. The case against him was reenacted in a rare 2-part episode of the crime documentary series, The FBI Files. You have to go back and look for that one.
Yeah.
All right. Where should we start? Early life? We already covered that a little bit, right? Now, it looks like he was in the Army Air Corps for a while.
Yep.
Army Air Corps was World War II exclusively, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That was the predecessor to the Air Force.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he was an enlisted guy there.
Yep.
And then he got out, used the GI Bill, got his bachelor's degree, and then went on to dental school. I keep saying medical school. They're different.
Right.
And became a dentist, right? All right. His known victims. 1958, Engleman is suspected in the death of James Stanley Bullock, 27, a clerk for Union Electric Company of Missouri and part-time student, shot in their St. Louis Art Museum. Edna Ruth Bullock and James Bullock were married on June 28, 1958, and had been married for 5.5 months on the date he was murdered. Edna Ruth Bullock was Engleman's ex-wife prior to her marriage with James Bullock.
Yep.
There you go. She collected $64,000, which is equivalent to $698,000 today. Man, inflation is
wasn't
ridiculous.
chump change back then.
Inflation is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's a sin. What's a whole nother topic? But that time of inflation right there is a sin. So what do you think?
Yeah, it is.
All right, we'll get into that later.
Because, our economy was so great with Biden.
It was.
Yeah,
it was
fabulous.
I almost went bankrupt twice. Had to borrow a lot of money to stay afloat, those kind of things. But according to him, it was building back better.
Right.
1963, Engleman is suspected in the murder of Eric Frey, a business associate of Engleman's at Pacific Drag Strip, a business in which Frey and Engleman were partners. Engleman struck Frey with a rock, pushed him down a well, and used dynamite to blow him up afterwards.
Maybe he was trying to use it to push him back out of the well. He had a little bit of remorse.
I know a guy died. That's a pretty good cover-up. You talking about getting rid of evidence. Yeah. You got the explosion and then everything falling on top of you.
Yeah. What, 30 feet down or more?
How are they going to say this damage was from falling in or rocks falling on you, whatever, dirt falling on you? Okay. And then he had divided the insurance proceeds with Frey's widow. How about that? This guy. I wonder how much money he made total. So far we're at $600,000.
Guesstimate what each lump sum was and go half.
They didn't give us a number on the drag strip guy. I'm sure there was some money there.
You sure there's not one on there for him?
Yeah, I didn't say anything about the drag strip. The next guy, there's one, Peter Helm.
Right.
We'll talk about him. 1976, Peter J. Helm. Somebody will correct me.
That's
in one of the social media platforms, was shot in Pacific, Missouri. What's funny, we could be talking about death, rape, terrible things, and everyone worried about how I pronounce the name of a town in Podunk, Georgia. Anyways, back to this again. 1976, Peter J. Helm was shot in Pacific, Missouri. His wife, Carmen Miranda Helm, a former dental assistant trainee who had worked for Engleman and known him since childhood, ordered the hit to collect on a $60,000, equivalent to $330,000 in 2024, life insurance policy on Helm. Engleman was convicted of capital murder for killing Helm and sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 50 years. So we're up to 800,000 or so.
Right.
Right over that. Okay. $800,000. This isn't today's money, so we're good to go. 1977, Arthur and Vernita Gusewell. Does that sound good?
Yeah,
close enough. Were killed by Engleman at their farmhouse near Edwardsville, Illinois. Arthur having been shot and Vernita having been bashed to death. This guy was violent too. He wasn't a clean.
Oh no, he didn't care.
He wasn't a clean getaway guy. 17 months later, Engleman murdered the Gusewell's son, Ronald, in East St. Louis, Illinois, in order for his widow, Barbara Gusewell Boyle, to claim the millions in life insurance she had taken out on her husband, Ronald, who was a sole heir to his parents' oil business. Man, this is crazy. Oh, yeah. So he killed these people, this man and woman, and then started hooking up with their son's wife.
Mm-hmm. That's a Springer show right there.
And then killed this woman's husband to collect on the oil proceeds that they owned.
So
the business.
Killed the mother, the father, and then the son.
I think it's interesting that he started seducing the son's wife in order to come up with a scheme here.
Well, if you look at any of the serial killers that are going on, the Manson, Gacy, Ted Bundy, they're all very charismatic individuals.
Yeah, they could sell.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Makes you think, though, what if they use their selling skills in a legitimate business? Would they not make as much money?
Yeah, they could have.
Wouldn't be as fun though to them. This is like entertaining to them, right?
Yeah, so this is let's see how far I can push this.
Right. They're sociopaths, so they can't help it.
Because I'm smarter than you. You're not going to catch me.
They can't help it. They have no remorse, right?
Right.
So I'm a good salesman, but I would not have the ability to try to persuade someone to go kill someone.
Right.
Does that make sense? I would have something would stop me, like say, "Hey, this is wrong," and they don't have that ability. They
don't have a conscience.
They don't have that good angel on their shoulder. They only have the bad angel, like in the cartoons.
Huh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You had one telling you one thing. So for that one, he got $1.7 million. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Boyle was convicted in her husband's murder, but was acquitted of killing his parents. She subsequently sentenced to 50 years in prison for the murder of her husband. She was released from the Dwight Correctional Center on October 10, 2009. So she's out walking around.
Right.
Robert Handy, the accomplice, pleaded guilty to conspiring to commit the 3 Gusewell killings and was sentenced to 14 years and served his time in prison. Engleman confessed to the 3 killings while in prison. He later pleaded guilty to the murders and received 3 life terms without parole. All right. Here's another one. 1980. Is this the one that got away? No, she did not. Sophie Marie Barrera, owner of South St. Louis Dental Laboratory, and to whom Engleman owed $14,000, equivalent to $53,000 today. So he owed her money. He was getting his dental stuff from her on credit and never paid her back. She was killed in a car bomb explosion.
All
right.
What are the odds?
On September 25th, 1980, a jury in federal court found Engleman guilty of mail fraud and conspiracy to commit mail fraud in the murder of Barrera. Okay. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison. So I'm going to stop there. Mail fraud seems like, hey, we can't get you on anything, so we're going to get you on mail fraud.
It's Article 134.
Okay. Like the catch-all article?
Catch-all.
So I'm like, how do you commit mail fraud with yield somebody some money? He blew her car up. It seemed like it'd be just straight up murder, right?
Yeah, it's just stacking charges on them.
Mm-hmm. So the feds get you, and then the state will get you on the murder in case something slips through on appeals or something like that, right?
It just buys them time at that point.
He was sentenced to 30 years in prison for those charges. In a later trial, Engleman was also convicted of damaging a vehicle in interstate commerce by means of an explosive, and also in relation to Barrera's death, and had 30 years added to his sentence. Engleman was accused of the murder by Barrera's son, Frederick. Engleman also was convicted in state court for capital murder for killing Barrera, receiving a life sentence with no possibility of parole for 50 years after jurors spared him the death sentence. Okay, so so the feds got involved and said, hey, if something falls through here, we got you. We can still hold him for 30 years until we find something else, right? So, man alive, this guy. What do you think so far about this guy?
He has issues.
He has issues. He's dead now.
Yeah.
He died of natural
had
causes.
issues.
So you're a prison guy. You worked in prison for a while.
Yep.
So a guy like this comes into prison. So we've talked about the ones that are like patsies that go in and doesn't work out well for him, right?
Right.
What about a guy like this?
He thrives.
They like him, right?
Yeah.
He's like, because he kind of got away with it for a while. He's like a hero, right?
Well, when they get in there, they also get away with things with some officers too.
Really? They like him?
They're very personable. Mm-hmm. I had a kid. He was 12 years old when he committed his crime. He took an ace bandage and murdered a 10-year-old child. And they claim he did it over Pokemon cards. You remember those things?
They still trade those.
Yeah. Well, I talked to him one day. He's like, everybody says I did it for a Pokemon card. I didn't. I just did it because I want to see what it was like to kill him.
See the life leave somebody? So.
Yeah. I said, was he a friend of yours? He's like, oh, yeah. This kid never got in trouble. I never had to write him up. I never had to discipline him. I never had a use of force on him. Great kid. Very personable kid. You don't want to trust him with an ace rap.
Right.
But he was a very good kid. And the older ones, like some of the older prisoners I was in charge of in like South Carolina, very charismatic individuals. I mean, they're easy to like.
Right.
But you have to keep that perspective of what they did and why they're there.
They're evil people.
Yes.
Their entire intent in being personable is to commit a crime.
It's right? Yes, they're going to use it against you.
Mm-hmm. And especially as an officer, they can get you.
Oh, yeah. I've seen all kind of stuff brought in by officers.
Because these people talked them into it.
Yeah.
Because they, for whatever reason, it made them think they were doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, man. Okay. All right. So here's the end of Engleman's life. It says Engleman was married twice, first to Edna Ruth and then to Ruth Jolly, with whom he had a son. His first wife, Edna Ruth, was never prosecuted for her complicity in the murder of her second husband, James Bullock, due to the lack of evidence. So she got some money then.
Sure she did.
In March 1999, Engleman, 72, was pronounced dead in the infirmary in the Jefferson City Correctional Center, where he had a history of treatment for diabetes. But they said they knew he was going to die. He had some issues, right?
Yeah.
Man, this guy. So he was charismatic enough to talk 5 people into, hey, let's go kill your relative or husband or whatever.
You can't get along with him, like the ex-wife. Can't get along, you get divorced. And then you're going to talk them into killing their current husband?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And this guy he got busy with the killing. He did not.
He wasn't playing.
He didn't pussyfoot around with it.
No, not at all.
But and did a good job. Some of these looks like he could have got away with it, but some of the earlier ones caught him,
right?
And then he said, okay, yeah, these other ones too. So, because they get better as they go, right?
Yeah.
Hitmen, serial killers, they get better as they go along. So.
I don't know if he beats his ex-wife at this point as far as getting better, because she got the money and he got stuck in prison. She did.
Right. I wonder what he said he had a son. I wonder what this guy's all about.
I don't know. Maybe he's complete opposite.
He might have just got a new name and said, hey, you know what? I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah. If he was smart.
Hopefully he had some good grandparents to help raise him up or whatever. So
Yep.
I don't know, man. This is a crazy one. I can't wait to see the comments on this one. I was surprised. This is the first time it came across on Facebook and I said, man, it's a good one to talk about. And
yeah. We've seen something where they show you a picture, like a childhood photo, and they try and ask you, well, which one of these is a serial killer or mass murder or whatever. Some of them, you have no idea who it is.
Right.
But then they show you their adult photos. Charlie Manson, right. Son of Sam. I mean, Adolf Hitler. So he was in one of those in one of the classes I had. And I vaguely remembered the story. So
Son of Sam, we need to do on that one too one day. Didn't his dog tell him to murder people or something?
Yeah.
That guy was nuts. But
yeah.
All right. So that's all we got for this episode, Juice, and we'll be back. So that was a good one.
Yeah.
I like your input, Juice.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. I like your input.
Even though you're tired today.
I'm very tired today.
All right. So the first one in the morning, I can't talk good. So I stutter and stammer. I get better like the killers do throughout the day.
Well, there you go. It's practice makes perfect.
All right. We're out of here. Talk to you soon.